organised, Rassie, very well played. I'm interested to know, how did you feel out there in the extreme weather, apparently, that's happening in England? Was it any tougher than batting on a hot day in South Africa?
No, not too bad, Telford. It was pretty hot. I wouldn't say it wasn't hot. I think it was mid-30s today, but for us coming from back home, it wasn't too bad, and we just had a tour in India, obviously, where it was a lot worse. So it was pretty hot out there. We could see the toll it took on the English players. Fielding first was a good task to win in that regard. So but for us it wasn't too bad.
Thanks, Telford. Lloyd, then for those.
Thanks, Lucy. How's it, Rassie? Geez, well batted, and I hope we get to talk a bit more about your innings as we go on here. But just from a team level, can you just help us understand how much this means to you guys? Given everything that you've been through over the last little while in South African cricket in general, to go to a place like this against a team like this and come away with a result like this, how much does it all mean?
Yeah, it's obviously a massive result for us, Lloyd. In saying that, it's only one match of a long tour, so we'll enjoy it today and have a look tomorrow at some footage and where we can improve and going into the next match. But yeah, it has been sort of a long few months. We came here quite early. We haven't had a lot of time at home, especially the guys that were at IPL and so forth. So came here early 10 days ago. We knew we had to prepare well. It's obviously a long tour with a lot of cricket still left to play. But yeah, I think 10 days out, played 2 warm-up games, got used to the conditions, and again, like I said, a good task to win. Batting was really good. I think we had a really good 50 overs there with the bat, and then our bowlers learned some good lessons from how the wicket played and executed brilliantly.
Thanks. For those?
Hi, Rassie, well batted. Rassie, you've been in great form in one-day cricket over the last year, and you're averaging something like close to 85 or 86 since April of last year with your 300s. Can you talk a little bit about what, if anything, has changed over that period and sort of how you've been approaching the game in this amount of time?
Thanks for that, for this. I'll take it as a compliment. I don't think much. I'm the type of guy, when I go in, I try and read the situation of the game and sort of plan my innings accordingly. Try to adapt. I think that's one thing I try and work on is being adaptable and having the game and options and shots to sort of try and put bowlers under pressure regardless of the situation. So I won't say much has changed. As a cricketer, you're always evolving and you're always striving to get better, and much the same will be going forward. I'll look at some footage tomorrow and talk to Justin Simmons, our batting coach, in depth and see where I can improve and hopefully in 3 days' time do it all over again.
Thanks for those. Just to Johan, Zahir and Ken, we're just going to take one or two from the floor and then we'll come back to you shortly after.
Hi, Rassie. Just wanted to ask you in particular with your approach to that innings today. There were no sixes in all of South Africa's innings. So was that a bit to do with the conditions, or how did you sum up how you wanted to sort of attack out there? Because you did do a lot of running.
Yeah, we obviously knew it was a massive outfield. And in saying that, also the wind was quite strong from the one end, so it almost sort of took a 6 option out. It was a long hit firstly, and obviously trying to take on the wind would not really have been a calculated option. So in that regard, we probably had about 25 overs to hit 6s. But again, it's a big outfield. We knew coming into this game we're going to have to play smart cricket and coming into this series and this tour. And we knew if we hit the pockets hard, ran hard, we've done a lot of conditioning work and that's part of our game plan, to sort of hit space and run hard and make sure we get runs of good balls. So I wouldn't say, obviously we would have liked some 6s. The wicket got a bit tough towards the end with the ball getting old and staying a bit low. So I don't know, I can't put my finger on why. It's just probably difficult conditions to hit 6s in.
Thanks.
Rassie, in that 4-year period up to the 2019 World Cup, England made a habit of chasing down whatever they were asked to, basically, and they sort of built a real head of steam. Do you, with the transition, a couple of players leaving the setup, do you feel there's less of an aura about this England team if you would admit there ever was one?
I don't think so. There's much of the same players still who's been performing. There's obviously world-class players in their lineup, so they're all match winners on their day. Yeah, it's a difficult question to answer. They've been playing a lot of cricket. We could see that today. It was obviously very hot as well, but it just looked like, like we were a bit more up for it. And yeah, I mean, I can't really answer that. I think I wouldn't say there's less of an aura. They're world-class players, all of them. They've got match winners up and down their lineup. So I think, yeah, looking at today, we just bowled really well.
Johan?
Hi, Rassie. You mentioned the running between the wickets. Size-wise, to which ground does that ground compare in South Africa?
I would say it's Bloemfontein size-wise. Probably the same temperature, a little bit more wind. So yeah, probably to Bloemfontein, and I mean that's a sort of game plan you follow in places like Paul and Bloemfontein to play on the front foot. There wasn't a lot of bounce out there today. It's straight bat because it was starting to stay low with the older ball and hit space and really run hard and try and sort of accumulate runs rather than bludgeon it.
Thanks. So we're going to start taking the last couple of questions. Zahir, then Ken.
Hi, Rassie, well batted today. We've spoken before about how much preparation you put into your physical aspect of your game, the gym work and all of that. Would you say that was a pivotal factor in the inning today?
I'd like to think so, yeah. I think I think if you're an international or professional sportsman, there's not a lot of physical activities that you do that's not calculated. So, the gym and the conditioning sessions are always planned and always held in mind that it's for I suppose a bigger purpose or a part of the jigsaw puzzle that fits in. So, things like recovery now is going to be important for the guys who spend some time out on the field. The next 2 days, we got the next game in 3 days, so recovery now becomes important. Sort of the physical work has been put in. Now it's all about resetting and going again on Friday.
Thanks, Zahir. And then we'll look to wrap up with Ken, and if there's any last question from the floor. Ken?
Thanks, Lucy. Hi, Rassie. Congratulations. Brilliant knock. We know you love batting in the extreme heat, given what happened in Paarl earlier in the year, and it would seem the field as well plays straight into the strengths in your game. But where does it rank in your innings, in your international career? Is that one of your best runs? And maybe just, if you can, just a word on the bowlers. Start of a long tour. How important was it for the attack, the fast bowlers and the spinners, to lay down a bit of a marker today?
Yeah, thanks, Ken. It's definitely a special innings. 100 obviously is always special, and in England with the crowds here, and obviously coming up against the world champions in the first game to set the tone. I think thinking about it now, I think I played pretty well. I'll go look at things like dot ball counts, and I don't think I made too many mistakes. So it was one of those days where sort of the gaps, the ball went into the gaps. I think I hit 1 or 2 fielders, which they got away with. But yeah, I'll go dissect that tomorrow and have a look again. Where can I improve? But yeah, special day, obviously, to be part of a win as well. That's what it's all about. The bowlers, I think, were brilliant. I think we obviously gave them some feedback halfway through in terms of lengths and lines, and they took it on board and they executed brilliant. England was never really at the rate, and they couldn't get to the rate. So, and you could see they were trying different things and trying different strategies, and our bowlers kept them quiet sort of throughout the whole match. So our bowlers were brilliant today. I think with the heat around. I'm not sure how it's going to play on Friday. Might not be the same. I think the heat is subsiding tomorrow, and then there's some rain coming in. So different conditions probably it will be on Friday, and then we'll have to adapt to that again.
Thanks, Ken. I see Amir has popped in one last question, so that we'll take Amir's, and then that'll conclude today's press conference.
Thank you very much for the opportunity, Rassie. Great knock and congratulations on the win for the team. Just talk to us about your innings. You came in and I think it was 35 for 1. What was your, or how did you go about, facing the knock and, taking us to, or taking it as deep as possible, right?
I think having a look at Quinton's dismissal there, it was fairly obvious that we had to play straight. Once or twice in that over before he went out, the ball sort of crept under his bat and try to sort of stand out my crease and get on the front foot. There wasn't a lot of bounce in the wicket today, so I knew if I went short, you can try and sort of negate that, but you got to play straight bat. So that was probably the general game plan, and in terms of with England's batting lineup as it is, you need to put a good score on. So we had to keep the intensity up, keep the body language up, and really keep looking to score, which I think we did. I think we were 48 in the power, no, 50 something in the power play, and then 190 for 1 in the middle 30 overs. So I mean it's going at just over 6 and over with 1 wicket down. That's really good for us. 62 dots in that period. So 65. Sorry, don't quote me on it. But we obviously have a blueprint in terms of what we wanted to score, and we sort of hit our targets throughout the 50 overs. So it set the game up nicely for us.